What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Lost Holocron podcast. I am your host, Didge, and with me, as always, is the homie Jamie. Jamie, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about Star Wars. We're getting to the end, man.
We
Predictions,
are.
most of mine completely off. So I got some writing to do.
That's fair. I don't think any of our predictions are holding too well, other than AJ and mine in ones. But also with us today is AJ. AJ, how are you?
I've been living my lazy life this past weekend. I
I
just
love that.
been doing absolutely nothing. I feel so good. But I got to work tomorrow, so there's that.
It's great.
Yeah, the weekends they always seem to go too quickly, so I get that. But we only got the one episode this week, so I figured it'd be best to start with what it seems like to be our theme the last few weeks: a new trailer. This time, the gameplay trailer or the official story trailer for Star Wars Outlaws. So, I think all of us have seen it already, but it'll be nice to just sort of talk it through. Let me know if you guys can hear it when it starts.
Represent
Yes.
some of the most powerful criminal
Can hear it.
organizations in the galaxy. Pikes, Crimson Dawn, Huts. It's a golden age.
I never saw that before. He just spit in everybody's food.
No, I think he spit in his own food. Like he spit out his whatever he was eating.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to
Not even with him.
K-Vest, the underworld's favorite new scoundrel.
All right, Han Solo Jr., I see you.
What do you
That's all
want?
I'm saying. There's a lot of Han Solo energy going around.
The first time I watched it, I thought the dude who she hit on the table was talking, and I'm like, damn, what did he do?
Promise fortune, buy your freedom.
This job, it's a death wish.
Speaking of,
I'm in. Out here, you live and die by your reputation.
Love you, brother.
armor's super cool. Very samurai-esque.
You're new to this world.
What's your problem?
Come back when you're not.
Jabba, right? Look, don't try anything. I got a whole crew surrounding the... Okay, we're skipping this part. For about as long as I can remember, it's just been me and Nix. Doing what we have to survive. This job is my one shot at freedom. But if we're gonna pull this off, we need the right crew. And the right ship. Yes. Hang on.
I hire you because you are one of the best hunters in the Outer Rim.
She's more connected than you let on, Celero. Bess is mixed up in something bigger. The Outer Rim is a dangerous place. Everyone is fighting for their piece of the galaxy. But all I want is to live free. So I'm gonna risk it all. Hold on, Nick!
I'm so excited for this.
That does look really fun.
Star Wars Outlaws pre-order available now.
3-day early access.
Now that's been something people have been talking about. I'll wait for you to put up the. Yeah, there you go.
That's fair.
I didn't know if you wanted to not edit this or what, but yeah.
No,
So-
I get you.
But the 3-day early access for the some the special editions, which the pricing for those, that's another thing. But
Ridiculous.
how do y'all
Insane.
feel about 3-day early access for this game?
It gets me excited for it because it just shows that they have confidence in it.
Mm-hmm.
But much like what Diz was saying, the price is insane. It's why price it up so freaking high like that? It's
Yeah. It's
Like-
crazy.
I wouldn't have a problem with it if they just added a nice collectible, like a nice statue or something with
Yeah,
it.
actually,
But
makes sense.
I guess you get 3-day early access, which is probably the coolest thing that's on that list right there. So there's that.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not gonna act like this is the only game that does it. Like I
Yeah.
know I see people they harp on, and they always do it. They harp on like the latest game that did it.
Wait,
Yeah.
what studio is this? Is this Ubisoft?
Yeah,
Yeah, Ubisoft, Massive's,
Yeah.
Massive under Ubisoft. Yeah.
yeah. So it's one of those things where it's always the latest game that did it, and they're like, "Oh, this game, I can't believe they would do such a thing." And it's like, no, yeah, we should know because they've done it time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, to your point, like you said, the price is insane. You don't get enough cool stuff to get it.
Yeah. To like warrant that price.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried about what is the season pass price then on its own, because like the gold edition, you only get the season pass. Like that's obviously the 3 days early access, but that's your only other perk, and it's like season pass for one player games isn't new. That's also something that has been, I guess, made normalized by the industry, which is kind of unfortunate because now you're just basically saying, "Hey, buy this game a second time for all the DLC." Which,
Yeah.
if it's enough of a DLC, it makes sense. But if it's not, then it's just like, what are we doing here? But the actual game itself, I'm super excited for it. I'm glad it comes out end of August. It gives me just enough time to finish Elden Ring DLC.
Oh wait, did that already come out?
It comes
Not
out
yet.
June.
Oh, okay.
So that's
June
it gives me
21st.
about little over 2 months. So that's perfect. And it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So while some of their business practices are less than desired, I am overall excited for it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm right there with you. I'm also like on the point of it, like getting early access for paying more. I don't see it as a problem for single player games. For like multiplayer, I could see, because like now you could say people have like a competitive advantage because they were able to learn the game like 2 or 3 days earlier. Which I don't know, if you're like that deep into the game, like I could see why you'd be upset, but
Yeah.
for this game, I'm like, you're not competing against anybody really, so what? Who does it hurt to get the game like a few days early, in my opinion? But the game in general looks cool to me, though. I'm excited to see like more, and I'm sure we probably will hear more about it at the Ubisoft Forward event. That's in May, June.
Yeah, like end of May.
Yeah, so keep on our eyes out.
Yeah, I feel like this was to get the date out. Like they wanted to make sure everybody knew the date. That way, now
everybody
the
knew the
excitement
date.
can. Yeah, it wasn't ever confirmed though.
It wasn't, but it was.
AJ, how did you
We
feel
all
about it?
knew.
I
We
feel like
all
you didn't. I feel like you didn't go into your, how excited you are for it.
I'm excited for it. I love how they're going with this. I know a lot of people were complaining that it's kind of predictable how the story is going to go, because it's basically just another Han Solo story. What we were just saying is like, oh, Han Solo Jr., stuff like that.
Yeah,
But for me, I'm interested to know more about the hunts, the Pike, the crime syndicate, and all of that, the underworld of Star Wars, basically. So having this game for me is going to be pretty fun, because you'll get a little bit extra lore into the Star Wars mythology within the underworlds. I know a lot of people aren't as excited because it's like really doesn't highlight any Jedi stuff like that. But
Yeah, I saw that as well.
that's not all Star Wars is. So to have this
Right.
game is a pretty, for me, is a pretty fun idea to have. But yes, I would love my Jedi. I would love my Sith. That's why I need my Knights of the Old Republic video game remake. I will never get over that.
I
But
get you.
yeah, I'm very excited with this, especially since I love open world games specifically.
It always interests me to hear people immediately go to that like negative when there's no Jedi or Sith. They're like, oh, no lightsabers, none of the cool powers and stuff. But at the same time, they love Rogue One, or they love Andor, where it's like both of those are very much predicated on these are the people outside of those.
Yeah.
So we know for a fact, we've seen, you can throw the Mandalorian in there. We've seen them do great stories outside of having to include Jedi and Sith every single time. And it seems like that's always the default reaction immediately. Like, oh man, there should have been a Jedi in this, or oh man, no Sith or anything. And it's like, but we've seen it. You would have thought that mindset would have been broken. So
this is funny because a lot of more of the great quality content is coming from stuff that's not Jedi or Sith related. Like you said, Rogue One, Han Solo, Andor. It's none of those have to do with anything with the Force or anything of the sort. But I guess for me personally, Jedi, the Force, all that's the coolest thing about Star Wars. But
yeah, that's fair.
You can have other things to focus on within the Star Wars galaxy because it's such a huge and rich mythology within that specific content, basically.
Yeah, basically. And it's, like I said, it I don't think it's a negative to say like, oh yeah, you prefer that. Of course, the Force, everything around the Force is by far the coolest stuff in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to act like I don't love when sort of the more grounded aspects of it take a center stage, because then you do get a chance to tell this cool story that in a world where that is there, you're sort of telling the stories around it. And that's always interesting to me. You, like you said, it fleshes out a universe, or it fleshes out an entire ecosystem.
Absolutely.
I didn't know if you had anything you were about to add, Jamie. I wanted to give you your floor before we get into the episode.
No. I agree with what you all said, and I'm not turned off by the fact that it doesn't seem like there will be like any Jedi or Sith present in this. Because like y'all were saying, like Star Wars is a lot more than just like the battle between the Jedi and the Sith. So, I think those people, I don't know if they truly care about Star Wars, if they're just like kind of more interested in like the samurai aspect of it with the swords and whatnot. But that's my opinion on that.
To be fair, and Mandalorian, the coolest part of that series is Ahsoka. So it can be a mix and match a little bit, but Mandalorian himself is cool.
Be, but that doesn't mean dismiss it. If there's no lightsabers, right? Yeah.
And because obviously in that case, we all enjoyed season 1.
Yeah,
so it's
that's still my favorite season.
See, so for Jamie, the coolest thing in that series is not Ahsoka. Just food for thought. So while we let AJ, sit on that for a second, let's get into the episode. Like I said, we only have the one episode of Bad Batch this week. It's essentially picking up basically right where the last one left off. Omega's now on Tantus. Her blood gets tested again. I thought Emery was gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I was like, she was getting so disillusioned. We spent like a good 15 minutes last time talking about how disillusioned she was. And I was like, this is her chance. This is when she's gonna show.
Not yet. Ain't there yet.
I thought it, because she looked so conflicted even seeing Omega back. Like, seeing her there, she was so conflicted. So I was like, okay, this is where she's gonna do the first little thing to turn. But no,
she's definitely gonna betray
Hemlock.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
At some point, I thought this was gonna be the first signs of the betrayal.
I feel like it kind of is a little bit, just like the hesitations that like testing her blood, like delivering the results, all of that. But I think even though to Omega, like being put inside of that, for all intents and purposes, like a cell, like a jail, is a bad thing. But for Emery, like that's a place where she controls a lot of things that's going on. So it might end up being a good thing at Emery's perspective. Like, okay, now I can like try and look out for Omega and take care of her,
I feel like you're giving her a little too much grace.
Maybe.
She had her chance to turn and be like, oh man, because even still, the whole point that they wanted to test her again, because they was like, what if these results were fake? So she could have been like, oh yeah, the results, you know, they were inconclusive or something to buy time.
But then you don't know what happens to Omega if the results were
that's
inconclusive.
also
It's like, oh, they were? Well, just get rid of her.
That's also
Like,
fair. Yeah, they weren't gonna release her. Like she would have just been in jail regardless.
Like, oh my bad. Like, here, go back. Go back to where you came from. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, you know what, you're right about that. Either way, she should have did something. Like I would have loved to see a little sign to be like, oh, okay, I'm not still buying into this completely. Like even with the hesitation, I still feel like she's just like, they're going a little wild, but the goal's still right. And it's like I would have loved to see something where she's like sort of wavering in that belief.
I think, I don't know, from what we've seen and what we know of Emery up to this point, I don't know if it's appropriate to have her just like, you're not saying for her to like snap, but for her to just like give her like the wink to Omega, like, hey,
you don't have to be, you definitely don't need to be that blatant. That'd be crazy.
But I think we will get that in the next episode for sure.
I can. This might be out there, but I can see like a Darth Vader type of turn with Emery, where
interesting,
where you see like Darth Vader and how Palpatine was killing Luke. Like he didn't really do anything until the end.
Yeah,
until you started to realize that he's my son and all of that. So her turn to become good or whatever she wants to be, basically.
Yeah,
it might be at like that final moment. It won't be.
Hope she don't have the same. Hope she don't have the same outcome as Darth Vader in that moment.
Yes, it might. Look, I'm just predicting everybody dies.
I'm gonna say we at all some point, good. AJ, we can't say everybody dies. Like, we gotta have somebody alive.
Look, this is gonna be like Infinity War. Everybody out of here.
It just keeps escalating. First, it's like, you know, bad things gonna happen. There's like death gonna happen. Now it's like everybody's gone.
Everybody.
Gonna be like Oprah in here. You get a death. You get a
oh
death.
My God. No. Not Oprah the Reaper.
Oh my God. Somebody has to make that gif where it's just the Grim Reaper and it's doing Oprah. You die. You die. Oh. But at the same time, while that's happening, obviously, they weren't as mad as I thought they were going to be. Hunter and Wrecker took it kind of in jest. That's Omega for you. That was kind of the vibes I got from them.
Mm-hmm.
They were a little mad.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel
like thought they were gonna have like a full blown argument though.
I thought at least
they're
some
in the
yelling.
middle of a war. They gotta.
I thought at least some yelling. They were just like, "Why you let her go?" That was.
They've
basically
already done enough yelling, dude. Especially Hunter and Crosshair.
That's fair, I guess. Our theory about there being a second tracker was wrong, Jamie. We're betting. No.
I don't know.
No, we said that she had a second tracker. The fact that they know somebody else doesn't count.
I mean, listen, what if, you know, because they just have like plan C now. But maybe Omega, you know, she's there for a little bit. Like, all right, ain't nobody suspect me. Turn on the tracker.
That'd be wild. Because it's like we got no inclination of that. But you know,
I don't know, man. I see it. I see it.
All right. I feel like you just don't want to be wrong.
You have too much hope, Jamie. You have too much hope.
I do.
It's okay. We were wrong. We're batting like 0 for like 8 in this series right now. So
we're all off on these predictions, man.
But it was cool to see them go and basically bust Rampart out of prison. I guess who didn't even fully make it to prison. It was like a prison transport.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were about to get the first death. I was like, damn, AJ called it when it was Wrecker trying to jump onto the ship. I thought it was gonna be too late, and I was like, "Damn, AJ caught it. That was the first one down."
That was scary.
That would have been perfect. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, that would have been perfect right there.
I was like, "Damn."
It's like one death per episode now.
That's
It's
what I
like
thought you
Wrecker
were
already
getting.
had a close call, you know. So like I don't know. Either it's like it's a sign that he's gonna be the first to go, or he's gonna live until the end, and then he might be the last to go. I don't know.
I feel like taking them all off one episode would have probably been better than just everybody at the end. Like if we are correct, and they just are all not going to
know.
Well, they
live.
die as a family.
I feel if you do like
As
one
a family, it's crazy.
No, I think I would prefer that actually.
Really? No.
Yeah, because it's like if you kill off one person per episode, then it's like you already know, like, all right, who is it gonna be?
No,
Like,
because you don't know who. I
you
feel
don't
like
you
Go
don't
ahead.
know who it's gonna be, but at the same time, it's like it takes away some of the shock, you know, that you might feel because you already know it's coming.
But see, I feel like you don't, because I feel like if it happens in the first episode, you're like, oh man, I can't let's take Record for this example. Oh man, I can't believe Record died trying to jump. Then you're like, next episode comes, and you're like, they're not gonna kill somebody else again, right? I feel like it's going to take into that last episode too, like, man, they all might die. Like, you go hold out hope every time that like they're not gonna do that again, right?
Oh gosh, just kill them all as a family.
Killing them all as
Alligator's
a
idea.
family is so sad because then you're gonna have the Toy Story 3 ending.
I get
Remember
more
the Toy
time.
Story-
Hey man,
That
there's
was a
Toy
great
Story 4
ending.
coming.
That was a great ending.
Toy Story 4 is coming, so
Toy
which is
Story-
stupid. That shouldn't be
That
happening.
ending was so sad.
That was incredibly sad.
It was a great ending. You're right, but it was
was
so
heartbreaking.
sad. Do you
Yeah,
really want to live
was.
through that again?
I'm like, I watching them all die individually, I think will be sad as well. So, you know, if I had to pick,
Mhm.
I'd rather just eat all the vegetables at once. You know, just get it over with.
Not the
Not eat
vegetables.
all of
Eat all the
vegetables.
vegetables.
Oh my god!
Eat all the asparagus. I don't like asparagus. I'd rather just eat them all now instead of just like
you don't
spreading it
cook asparagus right there. Asparagus is good.
Asparagus is fire.
I don't cook asparagus at all, so I guess you're technically right about that. But every time I've had it, it's been bad.
Asparagus is great.
The only time I ate them was like at restaurants. Those things were shit.
Yeah,
Now,
no,
I just
asparagus
make
is
my
great.
own, and
It
it's
makes your
good.
pee smell weird, so I'm not a big fan of it.
I
Oh,
love
man.
asparagus.
I like Brussels sprouts.
See, that's
with
what I
it.
hate. That's a no-go for me.
See, but my mom makes them though. She just like drenches them in butter and salt. So I'm like, do I like the Brussels sprout or do I like
You
the
just like
butter?
Your mom said these shits are nasty, but I'm gonna try to make them as good as I can.
Oh, I do like spinach though. Spinach is cool.
The spinach is good.
Spinach
yeah.
is good. I like kale. You know,
Kale is cool.
I don't know
The
how we got
thing
to
about
vegetables.
spinach is that it's easy
Because
to
I was saying
absorb the seasoning. That's why.
just eat them all at once. Eat all those little asparagus sprouts. Or
All right, let's get back to
All right,
the
yeah.
show.
So, once they get Rampart, the other thing that was interesting to me in this episode is they went through all that. Rampart, he was like, you know, you get me off the ship or get me off this planet, I guess, and I'll let you know how to get to Tantus. So you know they go through all that. Wrecker almost dies, all that, and then once they get on the ship, he's like, "Yeah, actually, no one really knows how to get to Tantus, but I'll help you figure out." And it's like, damn, y'all got played.
Yeah, for sure.
If he just said that, he would have been outer space, gone.
Well, he said, I think in general, I think he's saying like, I think he might have alluded to like knowing how to figure out the coordinates or whatever, but obviously, if they take him back and boot him out of space, they won't know how to get to that point. And
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even remember Rampart until I was like, "Wait, who is this guy?"
Oh, it wasn't just me.
look,
I was like,
Jamie asked me while we were watching it. Luckily, I heard them say it earlier in the episode, and I was able to Google it.
Oh my god! So you trying to play me like, oh, you don't remember?
Wait, was he in this season?
He was in. No, he was in an earlier season.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, he was not in this season this whole time. Why are they bringing them back up?
He was in an earlier season, but like I said, when Jamie asked me, I didn't say anything at first. I had to Google it at that point because I didn't think she was gonna ask. I was like, nobody says nothing. I'll take it to my grave. I'll just Google it on my own. And then when she asked, I had to Google it real quick.
And I was thinking like, oh man, this is like a big character that I just forgot somehow.
I didn't expect him to come back. I don't even remember those episodes. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, well,
This
that
is
makes me
why
feel a
it's
little
good
better.
to do a rewatch every
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I
But-
was like, who the fuck is this guy? Where did he come from? Rampart? Like
was
the
looking, I
name
was like-
sounded familiar. I
Yeah.
just like I looked at him and I was like, who?
I was like, damn, maybe he was in something else and I'm just not remembering. I was like, I should have, like you said, should have did a rewatch before this, but it kind of snuck up on me. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how the episode ended. They were just sort of left like, okay, we're still on the chase again. This realistically, this was kind of a filler episode trying to get you to the end.
Yeah.
But
that was cool.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, AJ, how did you like the episode? What were your thoughts on it?
It was a great cat and mouse episode once again. That's all we've been getting this entire season. It's just nothing but a cat and mouse game. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode so far. Do I wish there was a little bit more going on? Yeah, but all in all, they do need to figure out a way to get to Omega. No offense, Jamie, but the second tracker, nah, I'm good on that one. That's I'm glad they didn't go that route.
Yeah, I think it's done now. It's not gonna happen.
That's fair. Yeah, I think, like I said, this episode. There wasn't much other than to really talk on. We sort of walked through it together, and it was just one of those things like, hey, get ready. You know, this is going to be a wild ride towards the end. This wasn't a episode 5 of X-Men 97 type episode.
Oh my God. No, definitely not.
Which is good, because I don't know if I could have took 2 of those in 1 week. So
yeah, that would have been crazy. Yo, you know what would have been crazy? Everybody died this episode.
I couldn't have did 2 of those in 1 week.
And then it will be Rex that took the charge for the last few episodes. That would have been crazy.
That would have definitely been interesting. But I guess let's update our predictions one last time. We got 3 episodes left. Jamie, we'll start with you. How do you think we end this thing now? With giving the new information that you got, are you sticking with your same prediction?
So Admiral Rampart, he was an admiral, whatever, Rampart,
Vice Admiral or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he said he had a contact that might be able to help. I'm like, bring it back around, put Asajj back in the show one more time.
Bring it all full circle.
Bring it back around. And then, Asajj is like, oh my God, Omega, she got kidnapped. Like, I gotta go get my girl, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So then she and the Bad Batch and Rampart, well, I don't know if I guess he's gonna go. He's there. They all go to the facility together. They all go to the facility together, and Asajj uses the Force to talk to Omega in her mind, like, "Hey, I'm gonna teach you some
full on fan fiction."
Yeah. I'm gonna teach you some Force stuff real quick. We try to break you out. We'll be there in 20. You just got to get to the exit.
We'll be there in 20.
That's crazy.
And so, she does some mental Force training. She lives like 10 years in the span of 10 seconds. Opens the door, she frees the other clones.
Yeah, this went off the rails. All right,
she frees the other clones, They get to the exit, they live happily ever after. And then the mystery clone that we all think might be Tech, he shows up and he's like, "Oh, you thought this was easy, huh? You thought this was cake. Well, guess what? Ain't nothing sweet." And that's when they all die.
Oh damn! Okay, yours went off the rails. I don't know how to follow that up.
I'm bringing it all back together.
AJ, I'm gonna give you the hard task of following
what
up.
The heck?
Do you think your prediction is gonna hold the same?
I feel like Jamie had that hidden, the whole time. She had that all planned out and everything. Damn.
She got a little whiteboard with the notes. All right,
this connects to this thing.
Oh man.
Okay, so for me, I don't think Asajj is going to show up. until the last episode. I think that's why it's called
okay.
The Cavalry Has Arrived.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a Saj that shows up, Rex that shows up. What's his name? Can't remember. But everybody basically shows up, tries to help the Bad Batch and Omega escape. Because honestly, I might think the Bad Batch, everybody in the Bad Batch might get captured as well. And that's where everybody comes in. Like I said, Rex, Asajj, they all come together to help them escape this facility, basically. That's what I'm gonna assume is going to happen. That might be off the rails as well, but that's what I'm assuming right now.
Do you think that they try to free the other clones there as well, or just okay?
Omega would not allow them.
Yeah, she's not doing that a second time.
It's like it's either everybody's leaving or none of us are leaving. That's what she's saying right now.
And none of them knock her ass out. Like
none of them might leave. I'm going to change my prediction as well. I think it all is inconclusive. I think you sort of the episode ends or the series rather entirely ends you get the start of them they escaped the first time, but you're left with knowing that they're after you, and that's just you're just sort of left to understand shit. Are we going to see them later? Are we going to see them? Are they going to show up somewhere else?
Season 2.
I know that's what I think. This entire story ends inconclusive, and you're sort of just left to wonder what could have been. What did that lead to? And I guess it's left with the mystery. I'm going that route.
Okay.
People are going to be pissed. I get it.
I still think everybody's going to die though. Right? That's what I'm assuming.
I would like to believe they're not, but I don't know if I'm just buying into the predictions I've been hearing every week, or I don't know. It's just it feels like that would be the thing to do now. So that's part of my prediction now.
I feel like not everybody at some there probably will be some deaths.
Yeah, for sure. But
I think that's more so where I mean the you don't know. It's sort of the mystery of it is damn. Let's say it was Crosshair, and it's damn. So where did he end up? And you're just kind of left to damn, who knows? He was no longer a major player in the galaxy.
I feel like of the people that die, it's probably people that we like. So Wrecker. Well, at least I like Wrecker. I think he's definitely gonna die. He's already gone close to death twice. So he's definitely gone. He's definitely gone out of the season. At the end of the season.
I tell you, the Bad Batch is basically Suicide Squad, but Star Wars.
I used Crosshair as an example of Survive. No, I think he's definitely gonna die. I'm gonna be honest.
I think
he's gonna be the last one to die.
Ooh, I was gonna say first.
I could see that, AJ. I could see him being the last one. Because then it's we're left with the one that you're kind of I have mixed feelings about, and that's what makes him interesting. Because then you don't know where his story's gonna go. He could end up redeeming. He could go further down the path. I don't know, but I could see that. Do we count Tech as one of the Bad Batch to die?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna show up. I think he's just dead now. That's
yeah. I do think he's the assassin, but I don't think you ever find that out. However the assassin meets her in, I don't think they're gonna be unmasking which one were you? They're not gonna go full Scooby Doo.
I don't know. When we were talking about last week, I thought y'all were saying that with I guess the perspective of having it be revealed who it is at some point if it was Tech, because then it's it's a surprise, But I don't know. Yeah.
No, I think that was sort of when he was gone, it was all right, well, he's gone. And it was just sort of like a wink to the audience, I feel like. But I want you guys in the comments to give us your prediction as well. Even if they're outlandish and all the way out in left field. We had some on the podcast. So
Yeah, AJ.
But like I said, we got 3 more rounds of this to see where the series ends, and I hope it's in a good spot. I think they're setting up something interesting, so all they have to do is just finish the job.
Yep,
and we'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
AJ, where can the people find you, and what you got coming up?
You can find me on Twitter at knerd89. You can also find me at Collider doing anime reviews, articles, news, stuff of all sorts of things at Collider.
You review on Viral Hit?
Wait, what?
You gonna review Viral Hit?
Nah, I'm not going. No. I haven't even watched that yet. I still gotta.
Yeah, the first episode was okay. I was more excited about the premise than I was after watching it.
Okay. But I have been getting into Three Body Problem. It's not anime, but it's sci-fi, and I just love those type of stories. So there's something to keep your eye out on.
Okay. Jamie, where can they find you and what you got coming up?
Yeah, you can find me at Swiper_Prime on many platforms. And I've been streaming Final Fantasy VII when I can get the time. I'm trying to commit to at least one stream a week. But it's been a what was the quotes? What was that? What's going on there? What's going on? But yeah, I'm trying to do at least one stream a week, but it's been getting very busy as of late. So hopefully we can get back to that, be more consistent, like the good old days, I suppose. And outside of that, I am also doing my playthrough of Ocarina of Time on the gaming channel on YouTube. So I actually just recorded the episode on YouTube where I enter the forest temple. There are a lot of Skulltulas, so expect a few screams here and there. A few screams.
Nice.
How often do you play Ocarina of Time?
I try to play once a week. I will play once a week for about an hour or so. This time I recorded for like almost 2 hours because I got stuck on a freaking puzzle, man. My brain was hurting. But I
was just curious because I feel like I remember when you said you had started that, and I'm like, damn, is that game that in? I also haven't played it since the first time I played it.
I've been thinking about that as well. Like, damn, I've been playing this like a while, but it's like I only play like an hour at a time, so of course it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta figure that out.
I was just like, damn, I don't remember how long this game was. Clearly,
no.
Wait, when did you start playing it?
Maybe towards the end of January.
No, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything like, oh yeah, she's been playing since last summer or anything. It was just like
that'd be funny if it was like 2 years ago. I've been playing since 2 years.
I started like January 2022.
You know, the game that I've played the longest, whereas it took me literally over a year to beat, was Persona 5 Royal.
Really?
That took me forever. Yeah, because that was also another game where I only played it on the weekends, so I could stream it. But I would stream at least a couple hours every time, and it took me over a year to be so.
That would never be me. God damn.
It's a good game. It is a
good game. It's a really good game.
I'm not gonna argue that, but I gotta be there within like that weekend or something. Like,
it's not possible unless you just like you miss all the cool stuff.
Yeah, what games are you playing that you're really speed running in a weekend?
That is true. Oh no,
there are some smaller games. You could do like Resident Evil 4.
I did Jedi Survivor.
Okay,
in a weekend.
In the weekend, yep.
Oh man, that is too many hours just playing. Like, yeah, that's more so what I meant. Like you playing the game that long? Because you're right, you could get to Resident Evil in a weekend.
Yeah,
but you're playing a lot of hours.
I think it was Modern Warfare 2 is when I literally beat it in like in a night. Like I didn't get no sleep at all.
How long is the campaign? It's like 5 hours.
That's the newest one. The
I'm not talking about the latest one. I'm talking about.
I'm not doing an 8-hour session, man. I've streamed for that long before.
Never again.
It's rough.
That sounds rough. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's not healthy. Don't recommend that. But we're not doing that on my channel, so check out the healthy content.
Okay, cool. Well, you can find me at dig_DEE at all places. Sure there'll be some gaming videos and stuff up. I know what I'm playing right now. Maybe I'll stream some Helldivers or something. I don't know. That's a chaotic enough game to play. Yeah. But also, the Geekset podcast, you can catch us at this same channel. Hopefully you got the bell going, so you're getting these email or you're getting these notifications when we put up new content. We'll be in New York at the end of this month. I'm sure there'll be some content that's coming out of that. But basically,
you'll
just
see
stay
me.
tuned. You should. I would hope so.
I didn't know if there were any plans. Like maybe.
I would hope so.
All right,
but,
cool. Well, I'll be there. Y'all better be there too.
There you go.
You're already there.
Yeah, I mean,
I meant for the video.
oh man. But until next time, everyone. Peace out.
Peace.
See ya.